Well, hello, and welcome to another of Jeff's DVD reviews. Today's review is Return of the Living Dead, which you're all very familiar with. First things first, before I forget, this is the original cover that came with the DVD. It's one of those real cool-looking covers that has different pictures as you look at it, so it kind of moves, and it's a little bit in 3D. So definitely very cool-looking. So I took that off of the box and stuck it on my wall because I thought it looks cool. And this is what was underneath. So a different cover, same font. This is a collector's edition given to me by my girlfriend, so thank you so much. This is stock full of special features. The last DVD I did obviously was terrible, so it was a blessing in disguise to be hit with this one because it was just wonderful. But I will say that I do enjoy the original cover of this movie, and I kind of wish they would have stuck with that. But unfortunately, when these films make the jump from VHS to DVD and then to collector's edition, special edition, limited edition, director's cut, uncut, all this bullshit, they keep changing the covers. So sometimes you're left with like kind of shitty, stock covers, as I call these. But that thing over there that it came up was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get this baby turned on and playing. And get the volume adjusted. And holy hell. Now that's a fucking title screen. As you can tell, it is just purely beautiful. Clips from the movie, there's blood all over, it's gory, it's disgusting, it's easy to navigate the screens, you got zombie hands holding everything. I love this. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right into this. So there's your main feature, your language selection. Let's take a look at that. And check this out, exactly what I was talking about. You got English mono, English stereo, Spanish mono, French mono, and there's even more. Then you have your different commentaries, and then there's even subtitles, English, Spanish. You can also have this one thing, it's called Zombie. You can have zombie subtitles on the screen, and basically it's just like their grunts and groans and stuff like that are spelled out at the bottom of the screen with grrr, which is pretty funny. Unfortunately, though, there are zombies that talk in the movie, but they don't subtitle those zombies. They only subtitle the zombies that are groaning or moaning or making noises, which is fairly hilarious. But I mean, like, this was exactly what I was talking about when I said that movies, if they have the ability to put all this stuff on there, you might as well put it on there because you're only going to please more people. You're going to put your product out to more people. You're going to get more people looking at your product. You're going to get more people buying the product. And just in the long term, you're going to be making more money. And, you know, obviously it's very hard to do those kind of things with VHS, you know, Laserdisc and like older formats or even beta tapes. But with, like, you know, DVDs, like, you know, I'm trying to stick up for them, and I'm trying to say, like, there's times that they can do it and do it right. And this is one of those times. So I just wish that they did it right more often than not. Check out the scene selection screen. Beautiful, easy to navigate. Numbers are down the bottom. Pictures are up top. It's clean. It's concise. It's what I like to see. Now on to the special features. This thing said that it came with special features, and it had a huge list on the back of it. And you know what? They weren't joking around. You have commentary by cast, crew, directors, production designers. I mean, there's 2 separate commentary things that you can put on. So that's definitely a lot right there. There's a zombie subtitle stream again, which is pretty funny. Then there was a documentary about Return of the Living Dead, which was amazing. I thought that was really awesome. A Decade of Darkness is actually amazing that it came with this. Decade of Darkness is basically just people talking about horror movies throughout the 80s. It's definitely worth tracking down. It's probably on YouTube or, you know, multiple websites online. If you just Google The Decade of Darkness, I'm sure you could find it. It was a great documentary. It really gets you pumped to like watch more horror movies, and like they just did such a good job talking about horror movies and just like establishing them. And it was just nice to see something like that on the DVD, because, you know, more often than not, DVDs are only going to come with documentaries or special features based on the movie, and you're not going to get something bonus like this. And they're, you know, they're showing clips from dozens upon dozens of horror movies. So if you're a horror movie fan, this is a must-have, like, collector's edition. Or even if you're just a fan of this movie, it's definitely worth getting. And then there was a Designing the Dead featurette, which was on the original DVD that I have. That featurette's alright. I'm not going to lie, it's a little boring. It's kind of the director talking about the movie. He seems very dull and monotone, so he doesn't really add to the liveliness of the featurette. But if you care enough to hear what he has to say, check it out. But The Return of the Living Dead, The Dead Have Risen was a much better documentary, and it was amazing to finally see Tom Matthews actually be interviewed, because he never seems to show up for any, you know, conventions or special features or anything. And like, you know, he had such a major part of the Friday the 13th series with Part 6, and to never have seen him talk about that film or his character was kind of upsetting. So finally, you know, he shows up in this. So that was a huge, I actually kind of jumped out of my seat, like, oh my lord, like, Tom Matthews is amazing. So, so let's click down here to more. So there's even more stuff. And then you got the bloody trailer. You got an even bloodier trailer. Of course, you know, like any movie studio is going to do, they need to make money, and they're going to try and commercialize other horror movies. And of course they're going to commercialize horror movies that don't fucking sell, like Jeepers Creepers. So they actually have random trailers for Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. But I don't blame them, because those movies are really bad. So why not throw those trailers on a really great horror movie from the 80s and maybe somehow persuade your fans to check out those movies? I don't know. And then finally, MGM Horror Films trailer, which is just MGM trying to make more money off of the horror movies that they own and just playing up a bunch of their horror movies. So that's pretty much it. I mean, as far as the movie goes, I'm really not going to review this. I mean, like, what can be said, or what am I going to say that hasn't already been said about this movie? I mean, honestly, it's a great film. It's a lot of fun. It's gory. The effects are awesome. The acting is awesome. Just everything about it. The music. It's like, it looks 80s. It feels 80s. It's just like in your face. And the documentaries were awesome. I found out a lot of stuff about the movies I never knew. And it was just, they did a really good job, like really exposing the cast and the crew. And, you know, you really feel for them, and you really feel a part of the, you know, you just really feel a part of, like, the movie more. Like, you're just like, I understand this. I know what's going on. So, yeah. Check it out. Thanks for watching. And if you didn't know any of this stuff, well, hey, man. Now you know. Thanks for watching. And see you next time.